Hello and welcome. I am going to show you how to upload folder to PHP and save it together with its files and subfolders. We will use Ajax, jQuery, and PHP. Please subscribe, your support will be highly appreciated. Source code will be available too. Create a new CSS file, name it style.css. First thing we need is a special font called Poppins. Font family is the name we gonna use when we use it in the project. You may use any font you like. Let's customize a width. Style name is -W-350. Width is 350 pixels. Press Ctrl D to duplicate that. Replace W with H. And change width to height. Now we add the last styling, font family called Poppins. Font family is Poppins. We are done here, now let us go to our HTML file. Our title should be, folder, uploader. We need to link this HTML file with all CSS files we are going to need. This is how my folder's structure looks like. The first one is Font Awesome. We will be able to use all Font Awesome icons. Let's expand the window. Bootstrap. Bootstrap/css/bootstrap.min.css. Then, style that we were working on. href equals style/style.css. I will use live server. Let's create a div with a class, container. And give a body, a class. Let us change its background to a primary color. Minimum vertical height to 100. Display flex. Justify its content at center. Align its items at center. We want to align the container at center. Change container's background color to white. And refresh the page. Let us use our styling we customized in CSS file here to change width and height. H-350. W, 350. We use this to center the container. We create a div with a class name header. Inside it we will need a span for the app title. Change its font weight to bold, font family to Poppins. Text should be in uppercase. Then hit enter. Our title is Upload, Folders. And a button. Let's clear this. We add a small primary button with nice. Align it to the right. and add an icon named Cloud from Font Awesome. Fos. Font -cloud. Add a padding. P-3. A border at the bottom. Create a div with class name content. Inside it, we add a paragraph and change font color to gray. Content is. Choose a folder to upload. Align text inside our content at the center. Below we add a primary button. Its content is. Browse a folder to upload. And also capitalize text. I'll use Bootstrap 5 snippets extension to add a progress bar. Don't worry, it is not that long, just pause the video. Please subscribe and like the video. We add a space between a container and our header. And a space between our button and progress to make it look perfecto. This is HTML and CSS part. Now we are moving to JavaScript part. If you have question, comment below. Don't forget to subscribe. Let us hide the upload button. And give it a class name. Upload button. Add a file chooser. Input. Type equals. File. Give it an attribute, hidden to ensure that it doesn't appear on our HTML page. Name, file. ID equals file. I think the paragraph text looks ugly with the default font, so let's change font family to Poppins. And to the progress bar text. Now we give our browse button a class name. Browse button. Let us open our JavaScript file and test it. Oops, I forgot to link it, but will in a moment. We are also going to use jQuery. Let's also add it to our HTML file. That class name is wrong. Add a hyphen. I'll notice that later. We are adding onClick event listener to the browse button. And trigger our file chooser every time when we click the browse button. I am fixing the error. And now everything is perfecto. But it shows files, meaning that we can't upload folders. We need to add a special attribute, wget directory, to our file chooser. Let's test again. And now it is not showing any file. The button on our dialog changed from open to upload. Add an on-change event listener to our file chooser. You must be wondering, what is he doing now? Well, I am using jQuery snippets extension. It makes things easy. I prefer using arrow function. In Java they call it lambda. I don't want to have long codes, I want to keep everything short and simple. What I just did, it is called destruction. I am extracting only properties I need from the event property. This is mainly used in React.js. Let us see what we get from files using console. Shortcut is Ctrl-Shift-I. We only want this property, let us copy it. We will use it to get folder name of each file. Sorry for that, we use that way to declare a variable in PHP, not in JavaScript. We are creating two constant variables. It is important to add opening and closing square bracket to ensure that PHP see them as arrays. Because if you don't, JavaScript will override all files with the last one. That's not what we want to send all files. Let's loop every file returned by file chooser. Change array to files. I forgot to do it in line 13. Let's create an instance of form data. We will append all files and folders to it inside our loop. Append takes 3 parameters, the last one is optional. We will use first 2 parameters, name and a value. From file prop we want to get WebKit relative path. Let's check if file name is not blank to avoid errors. Now we use Ajax to send our data to the PHP file. Using post method. Let's create a new PHP file. Give it any name you like. Let us use print_r function because we are going to print an array of all files uploaded. Inside send function we will add form data instance as the parameter. I want to update progress bar every time when the progress changes. Let us print the event prop to the console to see what we get out of it. It will throw an error that I spoke about before. Now we are going to fix it. Let's test again. We get this results. But we need two properties. Loaded, current progress. Total, total progress. We will use them to get percentage of a progress. Let's declare a constant variable, percentage. It returns current percentage. To fixed. Make it 0 because we don't any number after the decimal point. Let's update the value of progress bar according to our current progress. I will use jQuery selector to select the progress bar by its class name and add CSS. Change width to current progress. Inner HTML to current progress too. When it is done sending files, it should return back to 0. Let's make connection slow manually. Let's test again. Check if it is done sending request. Then reset everything if it is done. Check if it is done sending our request to PHP. Log result from PHP to our console. Let's test again. JavaScript part is done. Now we are going to the last chapter, PHP. Please like, comment if you have something to say or ask. And subscribe. Thank you. Let us check if the request method equals post and that the user sent files, before processing anything. I won't be sanitizing anything, although it is not a good practice especially for production. We need to loop through each folder, using for loops, for processing. Use count function to count number of files shared. We need to declare a variable, path, the path to the root folder. I will call it, test. Declare another variable inside the loop, full path. A path to every file shared. Now we concatenate root path with the path of a file as it was in your hard drive. Dir name will return the directory to the file uploaded. Again, you need to sanitize the post and get every time. It is a good practice to secure everything you are working on. Let's concatenate path and the folder. Let us echo out the full path to see what we get. Let's test it. Path is printed. Let's try to upload a folder with subfolders. Yes, this is what we want. Now let's create the same directories using PHP. Let's check if the folder exists already. If it does, then we will not create it again. We use mkdir to create a directory. Second parameter is permission. I'll use 777 to allow reading, writing to that directory. Since we want to create subfolders, set recursive to true. Let's test it. As you can see, there is a new folder, test, with some empty subfolders. Use move uploaded file to save our files that we uploaded. In the first parameter we will parse temp file created when uploading files. Second parameter is the full path to the destination where we want to save the image. If you have any question, comment below. If you find this video useful to you, please support the channel by subscribing, liking the video, or share the link. Let's test it. Very perfecto. All files are saved as they are on your hard drive. Now here's your challenge. Allow users to open those folders from HTML page and interact with those files and folder. In short, create a file manager. Then show me, through my email. The email is available in my channel. I'll share ones I like on my Facebook page. Follow me on Facebook. If you have queries, requests, you can email me or comment below, and don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you for watching this video.